Early in my career, I couldn't afford to join Strategic Coach. I knew it was amazing, but it just wasn't in the budget for me. But lucky for me, I had a senior advisor at my company who was fully invested in the program. He had shelves filled with Strategic Coach books and everything. So every chance I had, I went into his office and I borrowed them and I dove right into the materials. Over time, I became this self-taught beneficiary of the program's incredible thought leadership. And even though I wasn't officially a member, the concepts and the strategies that I learned made a huge impact on my business and my life. Today, I want to share a few of these concepts with you. These are the same tools that transform my practice. And the best part is that you could start using them right now. Many of the tools are available free online, and after this video, you can dive into it, explore. Now let's talk about 3 tools that I found incredibly valuable. First, let's talk about the time management system. So Strategic Coach has this really unique approach that helps you take control of your days, just like professional athletes manage their time. Think about it. Professional athletes don't play a game every day. They have days dedicated to training, days for recovery, and then of course, game days. It's the same concept here. You cannot be at your best every single day if you're constantly in the game without rest or preparation. So Strategic Coach breaks time into 3 types: focus days, buffer days, and free days. So focus days are your high impact revenue generating activities. I want you to think about this as client meetings, prospecting, or even some high level strategic work. On these days, the goal is to spend at least 80% of your time on your top money-making activities, avoiding all these distractions. Buffer days are preparation for cleanup. These are the days where you go into the office, you handle your essential behind-the-scenes tasks that keep your business running smoothly, work with your team. That could mean team meetings, organizing files, or working on your business systems. And then there are free days. These are completely unplugged days where you do 0 work. The way I do it is I go from midnight one day to midnight the next day. No business emails, no calls, just full rejuvenation. If you think about it, you should actually start your year by planning out your free days first. By unlocking those free days, you're investing in your own creativity and of course your long-term productivity. The goal here is to increase the number of free days each year, because the more you're able to step away and recharge, the better you'll perform on those focus days. Next, let's move on to the R Factor worksheet. This is a really powerful tool that you can use with your clients to help them make better, more confident decisions. The process starts by asking a very simple but crucial question. If you were sitting here 3 years from now, what would have to happen for you to feel happy with your progress? The question is absolutely essential because it forces the client to focus on their future, not just the problems that they're facing today. It opens up the conversation to what really matters to them, what their big vision is. Now, when you ask this question, I want you to pay close attention to your client's responses. If they hesitate or they can't answer, it's a red flag. It means that they're either not clear on their goals, or they're not ready to confront the obstacles standing in their way, or they're just not feeling you. This is where the R Factor worksheet comes into play, because it helps guide them through this uncertainty by breaking things down into manageable steps. So after the R Factor question chat, you move into what's called the DOS worksheet, which is an important part of the overall process. You were wondering what DOS stands for? It's dangers, opportunities, and strengths. So once you've asked the client the big question about their future, you dive deeper into identifying the dangers, the opportunities, and the strengths. Dangers, what are the risks or the challenges that they're most concerned about? This helps them acknowledge what could go wrong and allows you to address these concerns head on. Opportunities are, what are the opportunities that they want to capture? This shifts their focus from fear to possibility and helps them see where they can grow. And finally, strengths. What strengths do they have that can help them achieve their goals? This is about building confidence, showing them that they have the tools to succeed and encouraging them to leverage those strengths. By walking a client through this process, you help them clarify their thinking, get a clear picture on their future, and of course, make more informed decisions. So whether it's deciding on retirement strategies, investment choices, or even legacy planning, that R factor worksheet combined with the DOS framework, it's going to give you a structured way to help guide your clients. Finally, let's talk about the 10 times mindset. This is about exponentially, not incrementally, exponentially. Most people are comfortable thinking about doubling their business because it feels achievable. But Strategic Coach challenges you to think about growing by 10 times. Why do we aim at 10 times instead of just doubling? Well, it's because you set your sights on 10 times, it's going to force you to think and operate differently. Doubling your business often just means I'm going to work harder, I'm going to put in more hours, grind away, doing more of what I'm already doing. But 10 times forces you to innovate. You have to ask yourself, how can I make a leap, not just a small step? You start to think about leverage, systems, and bigger opportunities that you wouldn't have even considered if it weren't for thinking about doubling. The key to making that shift is focusing who, not how. Instead of asking, how can I do this? You start asking yourself, who can do this for me? It's like that prior video I did on hiring freelancers to help you on your special projects. That's how you multiply your results. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter and surrounding yourselves with the people who have the skills that you just frankly don't have. When you stop focusing on doing everything yourself, you open the door to massive growth. Delegating was an absolute game changer for me. Once I started leveraging the strengths of others, I saw how quickly my business could scale. And that's the real power of the 10 times mindset. It pushes you to create a business that can grow without you having to do more of the same. As you think about how these tools fit into your practice, remember that real growth doesn't come from doing more of the same. It comes from changing how you approach your time, your clients, and your mindset. By taking control of your time, guiding your clients through meaningful decisions, and just thinking bigger, much bigger, you'll see what's truly possible. The more intentional you are with these strategies, the more freedom you'll create in your life and your business. So start today, make one small shift, and watch how everything else starts to change.